Now, a lot of exciting things happen here at Local Battles, man. There's Halo, there's Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's
pretty sure Maury over there is playing League of Legends or something.
Yeah, it's first time here, but it's
League of Little
really
Sons.
nice setup.
League of Little Sons right there. And here we go on Daybreak. Gonna be Giants first map pick. He's gonna be spawning out here at the 7 o'clock location. Of course, in the 1 o'clock location, we have the winner of the previous game, OpTiKNemesis.
Yep.
PvP, man. It's evolved a lot.
It has. It certainly has
4Gate versus 4Gate. I remember those days, early beta. Remember when Warp Gate was like 60 seconds?
Oh, the good old
and
days.
Like the 4Gate was like the only thing Protoss ever needed to do. Ever.
Yeah.
In every matchup, 4Gate was just the way to go.
It was the way to go, and that's
was like an early beta patch, though. That was super early beta.
Hey, man, I got the Diamond League back then by just 4Gating.
I think everybody got the Diamond League. That's why Protoss is... I think Protoss got a bad rap in the beta, and that's why it's like kind of stuck as the easy race, or the 1A race, because it was, quite frankly, was that...
And then 4Gate takes a lot of micro.
I guess.
You got to micro that stuff all around.
Stalkers, maybe. Zealots, unless you're going... Like, you ever see that game versus Huck versus Nanny Ball, where it's like I think it was MLG. Was it MLG?
MLG, I think, yeah.
It really crazy. It was an MLG Arena. Spring 1, I think.
I don't know. It was good, though.
It was just like a crazy base trade scenario where it was like 8. It was a double 8 gate out of Hawk. It was just retardedly cheesy, but, you know, and Naniwal made like one small mistake and it cost him the game with like Zealot micro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Top 3 control, man.
So here we're seeing, again, GIANTSMURF choosing to delay that scout. He's probably going to go after the pylon like he usually does. But OpTiKNemesis sending a scout out after gateway, checking for the proxy gates, because there's always a chance in the best of 5, even a best of 3, even a best of 1.
Coincidentally, I remember this map in particular as when I was my CSL team was playing you guys, and I might have been you. It might have been. It was a Protoss player. I know that. Double proxy gated like right here.
You know what? I think that was me. I think it was versus a Zerg though.
Yeah, I think it was versus Zerg too.
But that was actually there's a story behind that, because we were casting another event at the same time at Rutgers, and it was like in between the games, and I didn't have it set up, and I'd never played the map before, so someone just said I should 2-gate, and I did.
Dude, I remember that day, and I can't. That's the day I remember as the top 8 CSL team cheesed their way to victory.
Hey man, it worked.
Hey, win's a win. It's like MC, man. You gotta do what you gotta win. Nemesis going in for Cybercore. 1 gas for each player. Zealot coming out for each player as well. Nemesis a little bit later though, interestingly enough, and I wonder why that is. Does he have another Zealot out already? No, he doesn't.
No.
No, so just a little bit of a delayed Zealot. Hasn't gotten. It was Siphon that was going for that safe 2-gate. It's kind of weird how each Protoss player has their own adaptive style.
Both of them only on 1 gas still, right?
And Nemesis looking to get very aggressive. Look at that.
Oh, baby.
This is a 4-gate, man.
I don't know, man.
No, the Chrono Boost isn't really into the Cybercore all that much.
I think it's just going to be a 1-gate fake, and then maybe expand. Because he's got 1 gas, right? Both of them on 1 gas.
If it was a 1-gate fake, I would think he would be not Chrono Boosting out his Chrono.
Yeah, true. If
it's just a 3-gate.
If it was 1-gate fake, also, he probably wouldn't have put the pylon back there. He would have waited and put it closer up.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 3-gate pressure once again on Nemesis. His go-to build, and it's, like I said, it's quite effective. 4-gate out of Smurf, though. That is the big thing.
Now, we'll see if he decides to...
Oh, he saw that.
Is he going to cancel?
Yeah,
he cancels.
Yeah, he cancels the...
Very cool.
1 gateway that's still...
And he's still on 1 gas, though, right? So
yeah,
I think 3-gate expanding would be pretty cool from Smurf.
And Nemesis starting down additional gate for himself. The question is who will win here? Defensive 3-gate versus offensive 4-gate?
Defensive 3-gate. Easy. Yeah. Easy peasy. But that's if...
we're playing PvP, man. Not
if
PvP.
Smurf does not actually, like, try to take an expand and he's on the low ground.
If he doesn't overextend.
Does some crazy, overextension.
Oh, he does see that probe and he's going to chase it down.
That's the big tell now. That's like, okay, this guy's going to do a 3-gate pressure? No. There's a probe in front of the army. Like, that's things going out there to put pylons in your base.
And he's going to try to chase that probe away.
Oh, yeah, and gets it. That's going to stall this push significantly. And if he sees another probe, then it's just like, that's just going to be the verification, really, that there was an all-in coming.
Yeah, and now that 1 stalker going to get away
with wait, but are units being warped in back at that original proxy location?
Yeah, they are. Nemesis still on 4-gate, though, so this is kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, the armies are split up totally.
This might actually be really bad for Smurf. I think him kind of, like, oh, man, that was scouted that 4-gate and then falling back and going 3-gate.
Yeah.
Might have been a poor decision, because yes, you allow yourself to expand, but I mean,
He's going to try to micro his best here, but the units here are going to be favoring OpTiKNemesis. So
and he's just going to retreat, use that Zealot as a little bit of a...
And we'll see if he tries to pick them off. He could flank here with the other side.
This is really
the
two
bad. Stalkers are going to... When it's 3 gate versus 4 gate, you can't afford to lose units like this. So this could be huge, especially since there's been a Nexus place here. He may have to cancel.
He will cancel. He does have 2 sentries with about 100 energy apiece, so he will be able to force field for at least a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to need to keep force fielding, but the problem is, his Robo just finished, so he can get an Immortal, but he's only got these 3 gates versus 4 gates, and behind this, OpTiKNemesis is actually expanding himself, because I think he did catch the cancel, so he knew the intentions of AGIANTSMURF.
All he has to do is just contain here, man. He doesn't have to do much of anything. He can just keep on trying to poke.
Right. By seeing that expansion, you're kind of like, okay, he had a good number of units out. He had Stalkers. He's got Sentries. So I don't have to worry about getting my Robo super quick. There's no DTs coming, right? So like his thought process right now is, I just denied him the expansion, so I'm going to be ahead economically, even if I have less probes initially. So I can just contain and take my own expansion. It's just a very, very good way to approach the scenario.
Yep,
and demonstrating great decision making.
Yeah, 4th Century warped in will be able to force field indefinitely. Yeah. For those who don't know, the whole reason that but Zealots do get up into the high ground, they will be able to focus down a couple of Zealots as well as that pylon, but that last one will be cleaned up. Smurf hanging on by a thread. Yeah,
these trades are actually just so good for OpTiKNemesis.
Yeah, he even got a sentry there, but with 4 sentries, as long as you time out your force fields perfectly, you actually get the energy for 50 energy per
But now
sentry.
he lost, but he would have to remake it even if he was feeling under pressure. And again, every sentry you make right now is just going to delay your tech. You're going to be further away from Colossus or Blink or upgrades or whatever it is you want to get.
Mm-hmm. And it's 50 energy for a force field, so you need 50 seconds, and 3 sentries is only force fields last 15 seconds, right?
Yep, 15 seconds.
So you need at least 4. 3 sentries only be 45 seconds, which
I mean, you can always if honestly, many times you can get away with 3 because you'll just kind of
have the energy.
He'll just assume that you're building more, and he's like, oh well, I'm not going to sit here forever.
And you have energy accumulated over from the early sentries that you warped in, so you could get away with 3, but 4 is the definitive. I can force field with a 10-second buffer in there.
Right.
So one
you might lose a Stalker.
Oh no, I should get home, get away.
Nice.
But big early expand for Nemesis, and Smurf definitely playing from behind here.
Income tab. Probe's still going to be favoring Nemesis. He's actually going to be jumping quite ahead, as long as he doesn't cut for too long. I mean, a little cut's okay. I think, though, cutting probes, you should at least get saturated with the second base minerals first before cutting probes, because, I mean, taking the gas that's like what you do once you're really far ahead in your army. Although, if you take that gas and your army is smaller, then you're like, oh, well, I can't actually afford anything but sentries.
No, you're absolutely right. And, I mean, you're in a situation right now as Nemesis. I took a very early expand behind this. I self-contained him into his base where he couldn't push out. He was terrified to push out. I was able to get out my Robo-Bam. I'm now getting a Twilight Council. I don't have to really worry about making any of the units other than Immortals and probes.
Did he see now the expansion attempt from AGIANTSMURF?
No, he does not know the expansion. He has to assume that's what happened.
I mean, he has the observer there. He sees the probe, so yeah. I think he knows what's up because taking the second gas.
Yeah, now getting confirmation on that.
It's kind of the general rule that you generally you'll take your gas and your natural only after enemies expanded, because otherwise you're just not going to be. Yeah,
or if you're saturated entirely on
right.
Whichever one presents itself first.
I mean, obviously the gas is great to have, but can't always get away with that.
And double saturation on 2 base allows for continuous 6 gate plus Immortal Colossi.
Oh yeah, totally. This is a nice middle of the road thing. It's
7 gates actually, so maybe it's going probably a little bit more Zealot centric.
We may see something like last game with the Blink, and was that last game or another game completely? I don't know. We saw a game with it was last game with Blink and Immortal timing, and I think we're going to be seeing something like that again because he's got 2 Immortals, right? Blink almost done.
Yeah, 3 Immortals versus 3 Immortals.
3 Immortals and Blink almost done. And this is going to hit before there's not going to be any range. There's not going to be more than 1 Colossus, and those sentries are going to be totally negated. He knows that his army has lots of sentries in it and non-Blink Stalkers and just a couple of Immortals. So getting some nice Blinks would really just equalize the playing field here, and then with reinforcements,
that's a lot of stuff. Yeah, wow, that's a lot of
he's going to have so many gates to reinforce.
He could just blink up. He has an observer there.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't want to blink just the Stalkers up because of the Immortals. Obviously, will tear them to shreds. But the reinforcement capabilities here are going to be way favoring OpTiKNemesis. Well, a Giant Smurf can only build one Colossus at a time. Trying to build a wall actually to help, but there's the big blink he needed. He's going to take the Colossus down, and from here on out, it's just going to be a numbers game.
Wow.
OpTiKNemesis is going to be crushing through this quite easily.
Colossi just disappeared, man.
Doesn't even need to worry about micro at this point.
That's a lot of stalkers that blink forward. I was really, really
surprised.
surprised.
This is just such a strong timing, and I mean, even though he's maybe not trading the best, he's going to have 6, 7 warp gates to reinforce versus 3, I think, of Giant Smurf. So when it comes down, well, now he's actually added a couple more, but still, it's still.
He's actually was able to hold that off.
Yeah, but look, the reinforcements coming in, and he has blink too, remember, so you can always micro here, sniping that first immortal, and it's just going to be 2 immortals and lots of. This is what, 6 or 7 gates worth of blink stalkers.
7 gates worth of stalkers.
Yeah, these additional gates are just a little bit too late from a Giant Smurf.
Oh, excuse me.
And the second Colossus now just came out, but it's gonna get blunk on.
And we'll get away. Got pulled. Wow, it actually just get away with about 15 HP
but just
left.
until the next blink happens.
And Probe's doing what they can, and there it goes.
Yeah, there goes the next Colossus. And I don't think there's much more that can be done here by Giant Smurf. I mean, just a really beautiful timing. Again, OpTiKNemesis reading his enemy perfectly and just taking in every ounce of information he can get from the early game. This is why I think
3-gate expo, the 3-gate pressure is the best thing to do.
Right, and you know what? It just lets
it's so versatile, and then you can do pretty much anything.
It opens up the opportunity for you just to completely outplay your enemy if you're able to make smart decisions.
You have to, but it's very, very by the skin of your teeth.
Right, and you need to know what to do in a lot of different scenarios, but this is just and it's a nice reactive style too. I mean,
yeah, you can. You're like, oh, okay, he has blink. I can go blink, or I can go Robo Bay.
I mean, he has the option of getting charged. It's the option of getting DTs. He has the option of going for Archons. It's just a really nice versatile style.
Yeah, it always do with a lot of open options open. Smurf trying to fight this out. Does have a Colossi out on the high ground.
We'll see. He's just going to be trying to pick off these units as much as he can, but he can trade really the worst trades possible, and he'll still be ahead.
Yeah, and Blink's going to come forward onto that Colossi. We'll get away with it.
Yeah, but now the Stalkers are going to die, so it's not going to be enough at all.
Man, that Colossi is trying so hard. 6 kills. We'll go on down. Nemesis just pumping units out.
Yeah.
7 at a time, man. That's
economy, though, is still going to... Like, he lost so many probes just then.
Yeah. 31... There's no army out right now. Yep. Absolutely none.
OpTiKNemesis, though.
Yeah, and
wow.
GG.
That was such a nice game.
Nemesis 2-0, we're up right now. That's pretty huge. If we want to take bets on the cannon rush?
I don't think we're going to see a cannon rush, to be honest, because it's going to be what?
I was right about that third Nexus on Shakira's Plateau, that one game.
Oh yeah, you were actually the hidden Nexus. I wasn't.
Dude, it's my strength is I just can read people for some reason.
Yeah, man, that's.
I've only got to do that in game.
You know what? Hidden Nexus are usually it's the Terran taking the hidden base though in PvP.